But they were quite small the last time you guys came, you know. So they've grown a lot.
When we first met Gene, he was full of optimism, hopeful that he would be the first in the world to successfully farm sturgeon. But
come up here.
Things don't always go the way you want.
Ow, ow, you bit me. He clamped down, but it didn't hurt.
You've had big challenges.
Yes.
This hasn't been easy.
No, it's a struggle.
And you thought about packing it in ever?
No, never have. Never. Once I made the decision, I just thought about ways around the obstacles, you know.
But one obstacle proved too big for anyone to overcome. No one has ever been able to get farm-raised sturgeon to reproduce.
There are an awful lot of experts that thought this was not possible.
Yes, I would agree with that. Yes.
But none of those experts know Gene Evans. Against all odds, he did what no one has ever done before.
One right down there.
And now as you guys walk in, we just are spawning new Saruga, which is very exciting because what you're seeing here is the first time that we know of that this has ever been spawned farm egg to egg. In other words, a fish raised in captivity and then reproduced.
How rare is what people are seeing on the TV screen right now?
Pretty rare. Yeah, pretty rare, especially in this hemisphere. Never done. So we're actually the first to spawn the fish. There's been fertilized eggs shipped from Europe into this country and hatched, but there's been no one that's been able to spawn the fish and have success with doing that. We had failure and we had failure and we had failure, and we got to a point we couldn't seem to cross that threshold. We would get the eggs up to the proper moment, and then they would just like the fish would start reabsorbing the eggs again, and so all the eggs we would lose them all. And once we crossed that threshold, it's like eureka. It's a moment of discovery, really.
What it means is the very survival of sturgeon as a species and the dawn of a brand new and potentially quite profitable opportunity in the industry of aqua farming.
This tank contains broodstock that we're this will be our next fish we spawn. We have Saruga, we have some Siberians, and also some Osetra that we're trying to spawn. We've been working on spawning now for almost 3 months with some success.
Sturgeon are in demand for their meat, but the real prize is this.
Ooh.
Caviar. Because of the demand and the price, it's also called black gold.
You try some. Do you like caviar?
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
Will you try some today?
I'll try some of yours.
Okay, try some of our caviar.
You have to love that stuff.
And at first,
You have to.
It's got a lot of history behind it. It's got a lot of science behind it.
And single-handedly, you are not only keeping it alive, you are revolutionizing the process that will make this available to an unheard of number of people.
Well, the way I look at it, we send millions of dollars out of this country every year to buy caviar. And when we can produce as good a caviar or better caviar than any place in the world, right in Florida. So we have a huge potential here.
Gene Evans is an example of the power of faith. Faith in himself and in his ideas. He's pushing 70 years old now, but his sights are set squarely on the future.
We're only here for a short time, and I really believe that if you have good ideas and if you have something you believe in, that you've got to pursue it. And I think it's almost like your duty to do this.
You're a dreamer.
Yeah, that's probably a lot of my problem. Yes, I've always said a man needs 3 lifetimes. He needs one to figure out what he wants to do, he needs one to do it, and then one to enjoy it. But we're not blessed like that. So if you've got something you really want to do, and it needs to come from the heart, you know, from the heart, you don't need to do it just because of money or anything. You need to do this pursuit because it makes good business sense to you for one way, but you love to do it. And so many people don't do that.
When is it a success? When do you sit back and go, I did it?
I think that I'm a success right now, a moderate success. Is it where I want to see it go? Oh, no. I want to see this go a lot further. But to me, I've been successful doing things. Have I been successful making a lot of money with this? No. Does it have the potential? Yes, it does. So I don't have any regrets. I've really done a lot of things in life that I wanted to do, moderately successful with almost all of them. I think this would be a shining light in the future. I think this industry that we're starting now will have a big impact in Florida's agriculture. And that's what I hope. It just ends up being a huge, huge boon for the state of Florida because I can see it being tremendous.